Once again, these two will square off to find out who will take home the coveted jeweled shillelagh. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Trojans will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he's going to bring it out. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Allen. That's caught. It's Farrell. Breaks into the open. Smashes through the tackle. The 40. At the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Irish!
That touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Wants to go up top on first down. Got the back over the middle. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He's stuffed after picking up one to the 23. And the Trojans racing to the line in a hurry up. Wants to throw on third down. Got the quick pass. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big third down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
And the defense defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Cross-country rivalry between these old foes. It started because Newt Rockne's wife wanted to go to California late in the season, and the next chapter unfolds today.
That sounds perfect. If my wife wanted to do the same thing I would do. Happy wife, happy life. It's always interesting to hear how these rivalry trophies come about, but I know one thing. USC, Notre Dame, every year, Palmer, is appointment television.
It is. My brother Billy played for Notre Dame, and I'll be honest, I used to get jealous watching him play against the Trojans, whether it was at Coliseum or whether it was at Notre Dame. This is one of the best rivalries in all of college football, and one that I wish I could have been a part of.
He'll start this drive firing. Got it in the middle. It's Magoo.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looking for a man. It's Cano. Throws to the tight end. Finds a man in the middle. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. The Trojans will hustle to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Really nice pass right there. This guy's got a lot to live up to. So much pressure when you think about playing quarterback for the Trojans. Heisman winners, guys like Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart, Caleb Williams. There's a lot of people watching this guy hoping he can be the next great one at USC. When you see throws like that, he gives you the hope that maybe, you know what, he might just be.
And he delivers the angry stiff arm, but is greeted by an angrier defense.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Runs through the tackle. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
I'll tell you, this running back, he's running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. It's complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. To the air, it's Allen. He put some heat on that one down the middle. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down. This rivalry nearly 100 years old now, guys, dating back to when Newt Rockne had made the Irish a power and Howard Jones had done the same for the Trojans.
So many names, and then if you go recent, I mean, everybody remembers the Bush push and just so many great games in this matchup. Every year it seems like the game means a lot, and obviously, Palmer, you add a trophy, it just gets way better.
It's like the greatest players to ever do it. I mean, Joe Montana for Notre Dame, Marcus Allen, his Heisman Trophy with the Trojans, and you're right. We could go on and on and on, and it always seems like those guys play their best games in this rivalry classic.
Looking to throw on third. Grabbed over the middle. It's crossed. There he goes. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking for a huge play. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Gets the back moving. Second down, they'll go to the air. With the catch, it's Farrell. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Looking for a man. It's Allen. They'll run the screen. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. That third down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Looking left. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. Speeding down the right side. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Notre Dame. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They march 78 yards down the field. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start looking deep down the right side. He's got it on the outside. Got a lot of room to the right. Touchdown, Southern Cal. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Here come the Irish, back on offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Here's the handoff. Turning it on! These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Turning on the Jets. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, USC!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Pac-12 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and now it's a final. Nebraska rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that's produced winners of the award from Johnny Rodgers to Mike Rozier to Eric Crouch. Fun one in the Pac-12, man. They generally are, as the teams there continue to jockey for goal position.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Little touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Notre Dame has made this 2nd down play much more difficult after going backwards. Looking downfield, it's Allen. Fires complete on the crosser. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You can put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Caught over the middle. It's Cross. Oh, he's got some space. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
They just keep firing. Using the quick game. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18.
You gotta love those matchups. When you get a running back matched up on somebody else, it's never going to be a cornerback. That's not going to happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated.
Got some room in under the goal line.
seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. And off from the shotgun. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job.
Brings it down on the right side. Off and running. He's at the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Trojans.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he's going to bring this one out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll go to the ground. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. Looking to throw, it's Allen. Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a first half.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Looking downfield on first down. And he makes the grab, but he's out of bounds. Incomplete pass.
Well, he was trying to get his feet down. You saw a little toe tap action there, but ultimately it ends up being an incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Starts a drive trying to go up top. Quickly complete. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. It's 1st and 10. They'll try to get outside. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
To the air, it's Cano. grabbed in the middle. It's Mills. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. The quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Quick completion on the out. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The defense is going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. It'll be 4th and goal, and it'll be a tough one. Looking to throw. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
He'll off one deep down the left side. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And it's funny, right before that play, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this offense is just going to play conservative here with the field position, the fact they haven't scored a ton of points so far in this game, and just run the ball and take it into halftime. No, they're being aggressive, and not just that. They're taking deep shots way down the field, but give the defense credit. They were ready for it, forcing that incompletion.
Might be changing the route. Back to pass, it's Allen. Under fire. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Bringing it back. Inside the 30. He's at the 20. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the 1st half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to go here in the 2nd half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. First drive in the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the 2nd half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
You know, these linebackers have to be so good in zone coverage of reading the quarterback's eyes to get to the ball. We saw that linebacker do it.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Wants to throw. It's Cano. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Talk about aggressive. This head coach is keeping the offense on the field inside his own 30. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He's loose down the middle. The 20. 10. Touchdown Trojans. They looked finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead.
And that's why you hold your breath every single time this guy catches the football. That's a short, easy completion. He's so dangerous after the catch, David, and he shows you the wheels, taking it all the way to the house.
Yeah, and I think it's also important to point out, how about the QB play? Getting the ball out right where he can catch the football and use his speed and playmaking ability after it, and he shows you, man. That's why he's dangerous. That's why this offense is always one play away from getting to the house.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here come the Irish, back on offense. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. You got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
Quarterback on the keeper. Shoots his way for more. Still on his feet at the 45. He's loose on the right. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
I mean, what a playmaker. This dude can take off from anywhere and attack your defense. Forget the option. Forget pitching it. He is going to take it, and this is why, because he chews up big yards, makes the huge play.
With the run on first and goal. Virtually unblocked, and he's stopped for a loss of 8.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to pass. It's Allen. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Inside the 10-yard line and shoved out of bounds at the 9.
He does a really good job here. You want to get a huge play. You got to push the ball down the field. You need a bunch of yards. Well, wait a minute. Now he can just tuck it, scramble, go get you a bunch of yards. Now put you in a great third down situation.
And that one is picked off in the end zone. Crosses midfield. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
What an amazing play by the defense. Not only do you get the interception, but you completely flip the field. And how about the open field running by that guy once he made the pick?
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Quickly complete. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Give to the back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Dropping back, it's Cano. Moves away as he feels pressure. He'll try to do it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
There's just nowhere to go there. It started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
On third down, he drops the throw. Got his man out of the backfield. They stop him well short of the marker. It's 4th down from the 27.
A really good job by the defense, understanding third down, the situation in the game. I play a little bit deeper, take away the sticks, react to shorter. I got to go get him on the ground now. Nice job making the tackle, but playing the down and distance first, and now forcing a 4th down.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Makes a grab past the marker. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it at the 12. You talk about taking the wind out of a crowd. A 4th down conversion will do that.
Yeah, they were jacked up in here, excited. The fans get loud, rush the passer, and how about the conversion? The big 4th down conversion here in the 3rd quarter to give yourself some life in a tight ball game.
That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. Power football with the rock. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. There's a hit. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Looking downfield, it's Cano. Gets it to him on the screen. Touchdown, Southern Cal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. Nice pickup on the return there. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one. Going to take a shot at this DB. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's crossed. That play won't make the highlight reel except in the coaches' meetings as he works his way to the 39. He'll throw on third down. Grab near the marker. It's Johnson. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down. The offense in hurry-up mode. Back to throw. It's Allen. Looking for his man in the middle. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He'll try to take it back. They drag him down at the 34-yard line, and they said they wanted to force mistakes, and they did just that.
And I love this defense understanding situational football. You got the lead in the fourth quarter, getting your nickel packages. You know the pass is coming, and the execution was great.
Yeah, they thrive on takeaways, and they love to get into games late with the lead because one of the strengths of their entire team is their secondary, and you saw it there. In nickel, they're able to come away with the pick, and it's looking like they're going to be able to seal this game.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
From the gun, looking for a man. Zings it complete to the right. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
The give, and tick, 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 tick. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on third down.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Now they'll run it on the toss. There is just nowhere to run. 3 straight times and not one single inch forward on any of them. And the Trojans will punt it away on fourth down. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Dropping back, it's Allen. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Pulls it in.
And that's exactly what this defense needs to do. The clock is your friend. Try to keep them in bounds. No big plays, and let that clock just tick.
Has to keep it in the air. Firing to the right, complete. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Snap from the gun on third down. Fires into the end zone. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ballgame. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Back to throw, it's Allen. Makes the grab for the two-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. Just over a minute to play, they're lining up for an onside kick. They're trying to pull off this rally. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Usc has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
The Trojans inside the final minute trying to wind this clock to 0. Trying to get the edge on the toss. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Got it set up on the outside. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Trojans line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the ball comes to rest right there.
Really nice job there by the punter on that one, getting a lot of hang time and allowing the Gunners to get down the field so they could play it off the bounce, down it. Nice coffin corner kick.
They are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own 4 to start the drive. Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's cross. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. He wants a big play here late. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level there.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
Tommy Trojan rides with a sword on his belt and a jeweled shillelagh at his side after knocking off the Fighting Irish. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.